Welcome aboard, everyone. Simon here from the Wells of Wall Street. I hope you're doing fantastically well wherever you are in the world. Today we're looking at crypto.com coin CRO on the exchange. Let's take a look at this.
Ran across the top.
Now, not only is that cool that they missed the rabbit, which is great, but how good was that advertising right at the beginning for crypto.com? Amazing. So Formula One got that one in the bag. Up the news for crypto.com in the last week in terms of awareness campaigns, well, PSG. So we already knew about their fan token applications in multiple football teams already. We already knew about the F1 partnerships from our previous video. If you haven't watched that already, shame on you, but don't worry, we'll leave a link at the end of this video so you can catch up on why we think crypto.com's, not only the exchange, absolutely fantastic, but the CRO tokenomics are as well. So please do check that out. But yes, PSG obviously the top team in France. Well, maybe not last year, but certainly arguably the most expensive team. Of course, the acquisition recently of Lionel Messi on a free transfer from Barcelona. But of course, they have Neymar there as well, almost completing that old MSN partnership. Not quite, because Suarez is not there. But of course, Di Maria, Mbappe, and many other incredible players in that team. And my favourite manager of all time, Mauricio Pochettino, former Tottenham manager, is there as well. So this is absolutely fantastic. Of course, we know that Messi was paid some crypto assets as part of his salary at the new club that he signed for, PSG. But yeah, this is very exciting. So of course, CRO is floating up towards the top 40 tokens globally already, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's not just the token, of course, the exchange is absolutely phenomenal. The staking, the rewarding, the loans, everything that they're doing right now is absolutely fantastic. The app is absolutely solid. It's one of my favorite apps to navigate around and be a part of. Just in general, not just about crypto, but in general, how well they've done. So congratulations to the research development team and the app developers, etc. Really cool. So as well as that, of course, the massive awareness in UFC, Serie A, we've seen a couple of partnerships as well. And also within the USC and NHL. So there's loads and loads of stuff going on. You see college football there with a bit of awareness as well. But it's not all about the awareness. Of course, they've had multiple developments, more listings as well, and really good partnerships with some other crypto projects, which they obviously support as much as possible in terms of launchpad kind of mechanisms, etc. And of course here as well, crypto.com's CRO has been enabled on the BSC transfers. So that is really good, interesting update there as well. So there's not much more fun news that I can bring about crypto.com right now in terms of awarenesses, campaigns and things like that. So do keep an eye on them, because I think the tokenomics, not just for the utilization within the exchange, but also using CRO for other things, and I'm sure NFTs as well, etc., that we covered in the previous video. It really is early days for this one, but the exchange itself, more importantly as well, is absolutely phenomenal. You know, incredible services. If you were to think about maybe like a bank, right, in a crypto format, crypto.com is that. I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me that when banks eventually disappear, that crypto.com and exchanges exactly like that will take over. So do go check it out. Go and check out the website as well. And more importantly, more than anything, forget their website. Check our video on why we are bullish and excited about crypto.com. So let's go now, guys, into the chart. Before we do, please make sure you like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and press that notification bell button so you get notified of all the awesome videos that we throw your way. So a couple observations on this chart. I've put this one in here. So we've had 108% increase in growth since the 20th of July, which is absolutely phenomenal. The performance indicators here on the right hand side, so just over 2% up on the week. Bear in mind, everyone, that includes the nonsense Bitcoin day here, which is a real shame. But equally, I know there's probably been a bit of manipulation on this Bitcoin day, but as I've said in previous videos, I actually think the correction was due in multiple crypto assets anyway, especially if you think about this growth pattern here. We didn't even reduce to 50% on that market, to be fair. But more importantly, this whole growth pattern here was quite substantial. And usually when you get a parabolic run in that aspect, you tend to get a parabolic drop. It just so happened that this one was tied in with Bitcoin, of course. So I don't think it would have been as excessive. It would probably been a gradual drop if that hadn't happened. But yeah, either way, this thing kind of happens in the crypto space. So on the month, 27% up, 3 months, 47. Year to date, more importantly, 202. And what's really exciting is the 6 month is just creeping into the green. And the reason I'm excited about that is because the 6 months also includes this horrific drop that we had over the 2 month period. The shakeout was complete. We started driving Crow back up here. And what are we looking at right now, guys? Well, let's have a look. So really important points to make here. This line in particular, which we're almost pretty much securing today, I would say, but I'm not getting ahead of myself too much because that did indeed happen 2 days ago as well. We had the rejection twice on this level here around 0.15 now for this is really interesting because obviously that was the Bitcoin day. The second day, the second attempt for the bears to try and win this race, they couldn't quite do so. We dragged it back to this key support line here. This is fantastically bullish information for CRO.com to push us to the next level. If we can get the close over this line today, which looks very possible, certainly in these next 24 hours, and if we can do this over the next 48 hours, I do really believe that Crow can start pushing back up to that 0.189. I would pretty much call that 19 cents, to be honest, as a ambitious next level. The couple of things I just wanted to point out here, the RSI is bang on in the middle pretty much, so there is like that kind of limbo mentality in the sense that it could drop down a bit more before it starts rising. But in general, I think that CRO.com is a very strong asset and it has very good momentum behind it. More and more people are buying the Crow token to utilize it in the exchange for burning mechanisms or using it as fees, but also to use it for the application of NFTs and obviously these fan tokens and everything else that's going on with Crypto.com. So I don't really see this one being a flop at all. I think it's going to continue its momentum upwards. We can see on the MACD, we obviously had a opportunity to really drop into a bearish momentum. As I said, these 2 days were absolutely critical. It shows the emphasis and strength of this asset and where it's going in the future. And I truly believe there is talk of where is this token going for this year. And from the analysis that I've done so far, I could actually see us going to at least $1.20 in this run over the next few months. And I do anticipate by the end of this month, and I can't believe we're nearly halfway through September already. It's absolutely incredible. But I do anticipate us to be going beyond that 20 cent mark towards the end of September, provided the next couple of days we maintain this as a support line. We have triggered this line on a few occasions in the past, on a number of occasions, of which have been on both receiving ends. So if you actually look here, around this period of time in April, we actually rejected that support line, and then obviously we had the big bearish momentum because we couldn't quite obtain that support, and of course the whole market in general started collapsing anyway. So it's just a traditional correction, to be honest. But what's really healthy about this crypto asset and what I really like about this chart is this step momentum. Okay, it's not gone like completely up in a mental state. It's gone nicely up, bit of profit taking, and that whole step ladder approach right there. It's almost like the 5-point movement. Okay, so I'm really anticipating that. It's so annoying this day. Look at that. I know I anticipated a bit of a drop anyway, and perhaps a reduction over time, but it's really annoying to have messed up that momentum. But saying that, we have recovered and we are pushing up, which is why I think towards I think next week might be a bit too early, but I certainly think at the end of September and the first week of October, we'll be back up at this 20 cent mark. And I would anticipate that by mid-October, and towards the end of October, we should be pushing well above the 25 cent to even maybe towards that 30 cent mark. I really truly believe that. Then a case of November and December, of course, pushing it up. I truly believe that we can really maximize this. I mean, on the fib retracement mark as it is right now in the short term, we're looking at maybe 50 cents, but I just think like the adoption is going to definitely push it up higher than that. Let us know if you think like $1 is excessive, what you think the price prediction is for CRO in this year's bull run. That's what I'm going with, just slightly over the dollar in terms of $1.20-ish. But we will have to see, of course, the development of the platform and how this chart obtains itself over the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to just throw that out there as a preemptive price point. When we do a proper analysis, maybe in a few days' time, or we look at CRO maybe in a week or so, we may adjust that price prediction. But I certainly believe that obviously 50, 60 cents is definitely achievable. But I just have a feeling because of the adoption and the awareness that we could easily push for that well over $1 mark. Let us know what you think. Is that a reasonable projection or prediction, or do you think I am talking absolute nonsense? It's not going to go anywhere near that. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I'm really interested to know, and we'll pull out some of the best ones in the next video, and we'll have a little debate. Well, not really debate, because that's kind of two sides and I'm the only one talking here, so I'll try and do it in a non-biased way, of course. So like I said, let us know. Really interested to know, and let us know what you think about the updates as well. And if you are a sports fan, what of your teams do you want to see CRO getting involved with? Put that in the comments below as well. But until then, guys, we're going to wrap that up here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this video informative, and I do believe that by the end of this month we will be pushing beyond that 20 cent mark into the 30 cent by the second week of October, hopefully. So let's see how that goes. Until then, we'll see you and CRO on the moon. Goodbye.